Hi everyone, today I just have 4 examples on addition and subtraction of fractions. So we're going to do it, this one first, second, third and fourth. The first one that you see here, we have 2 minus 3/4. The first thing that you want to do is you want to change this 2 to a fraction. So we're just going to write it as 2 over 1. So it will become 2 over 1 minus 3 over 4. Then the second step is that we need to remember that when you add and subtract fractions, you must have the same denominator. They can't be different. And here the one is a 1 and the other one is a 4. So we need to change this one to a 4. Okay? By doing so, we also need to change the numerator accordingly. Okay, so let's do that. First write down the numerators of 4. So the 3 is going to stay the same, the 3/4. But then the 2 is going to change because the 1 changed from a 1 to a 4. So we multiplied with 4. So if you multiply the denominator with 4, you must do the same to the numerator. So it will become 2 times 4, which will result in 8. So as you can see, 8 over 4 is the same as 2, right? And now once we have the same denominator, we can write it as one fraction. So it will become 8 minus 3 over 4, and that is just 5 over 4. And that will be your final answer. Okay, get to the next one, b plus 2b over 3. And what we need to do there, once again we have b, we need to write it as a fraction. Just move this slightly. So the b we're going to change to b over 1. b over 1 plus 2b over 3. So there we have a denominator of 1 and 3. And the lowest common multiple, that is what we are looking for when we look at the two denominators. The lowest common multiple, or you can call it the lowest common denominator, would be 3. So we're going to write all the fractions with denominators of 3. The 2b will stay the same, but that b is going to change because it changed from 1 to 3. So we multiplied with 3, so we have to do the same to the numerator. So it will become 3 times b, which is 3b. And now we can write it as one fraction because we have the same denominator. Once you have the same denominator, you write it as one fraction with that denominator. So it's one fraction where 3 is the denominator. We have 3b plus 2b. And can you see what happened now? There we have like terms, 3b and positive 2b, they are like terms, so we can add them together. 3b, let's just remember what like terms are. Like terms is when you have the same base with the same exponent. So the base is b and the exponent is 1. So 3b plus 2b will give us 5b over the original denominator of 3. And there you have it. Okay, we get to the next few ones where we see mixed numbers, and we want to change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. We don't like mixed numbers, so we have to change it to improper fractions. How do we do that? We take the number that's in front, the 3, multiply it with a 4, which gives us 12. Then we add another one, is 13 over the original one of 4. So it will be 13 over 4. And then the next one will be 2 times 5, giving us 10, plus 1 is 11 over 5. So plus 11 over 5. Now we have a problem again because we have different denominators. So we need to find the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5, which is not one of the two. It's actually a different number, 20. Okay, 20 is the lowest common multiple of these two, so we will rewrite these fractions with a denominator of 20. Then we ask ourselves, how do we get from 4 to 20? We have to multiply with 5. So we have to do the same to the numerator. We have to multiply with 5, so it will give us 65. Then from 5 to 20 we multiply with 4, so we need to do the same to the numerator. 11 times 4 will give us 44. And because we have the same denominator there, we can now write it as one fraction, where the denominator is 20. So it will be 65 plus 44, and that will give us 109. So it will become 109 over 20. Then you always need to ask yourself, is this the simplest form? And it is. Okay, so you will leave it like that. I don't want you to convert it back to a mixed number, so just leave it as an improper fraction. Then we get to the last question. Once again, the first step is to change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21. So we'll get 21 over 4 minus, and then 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7 over 3. Then we have different denominators, so we need to find the lowest common multiple of them. Between 4 and 3 it would be 12. So we will rewrite the fractions with denominators of 12. And we need to change the numerators accordingly. So from 4 to 12 you multiply with 3. So you do the same to the numerator. That gives us 63. And then we do the same to get from 3 to 12 we multiply with 4. And 7 times 4 will give us 28. Then we write it as one fraction where the numerator is 12. Sorry, the denominator is 12. Because remember, once you have the same denominator, you can write it as one fraction. 63 minus 28, and that will give us 35 over 12. Can we simplify it? No, we can't. So we will just leave it as it is. No need to change it back to an improper to a mixed number. I want you to leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks guys for watching. See you soon.